Now, hey, Jermall, I want to pronounce your last name right because I don't want to get into a fight, you know what I mean, where I know I'll lose, you know what I mean? So please tell me your last name.
Charlo.
Jermall Charlo, you know what I mean? So please tell me your last name.
Charlo.
Jermall Charlo, you know what I mean? So please tell me your last name.
Charlo.
Jermall Charlo is on the...
All right, so we got a big Friday and Saturday coming up. Okay, so many sports coming on. A lot of sports, but I'll keep it boxing here. Even though I'll be watching the Florida State versus Miami game during part of some of the cards, boxing will be the main thing this weekend. So, on Friday, we have a DAZN card featuring, get this, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. versus Abel Cazares. All right, 10 rounds, heavyweights. Also, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. taking on Jorge Arce in an exhibition. I believe this is their third time fighting. I know they had at least two. And if you aren't familiar with exhibitions in boxing, they've kind of differed over the years. But check out their second fight. I saw parts of the second fight. I didn't see the first one. But these old men were scrapping, okay? For two old men, they were throwing down. So that's Friday from on DAZN, Tijuana, Mexico. I don't have the start time. I got to find out what the start time is. Also on an off TV card, which I hope I can find on my Fire Stick. Tony Yoka, 7-0, 6 knockouts, takes on Johan Duhaupas, 38 wins, 5 losses, 25 knockouts. I want to see this fight. Now, you got to be a bit of a junkie to want to see it, but I want to see it. Duhaupas is 4 wins and 1 loss since that scary knockout loss to Alexander Povetkin. So look that up on YouTube. Just skip the fight. Just go to the knockout. Go to near the end of the video. And scary knockout. So we'll see if Yoka's ready for it. I'm going to take Tony Yoka by mid-round TKO. So we'll see if he can get the job done. All right, so now let's move to Saturday, September 26th. First up, live from London, England, on ESPN+. There's a title fight between Josh Taylor, 16 wins, 0 losses, 12 knockouts, and Apinun Khongsong, 16 wins, 0 losses, 13 knockouts. Okay, 12 rounds for Taylor's IBF and WBA junior welterweight titles. Or super lightweight. And that's that card is supposed to start at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, okay, on ESPN+. And even though Khongsong is a puncher, he's not on Taylor's level, so I'll go with Josh Taylor in this one. Later in the day, September 26th, from Munich, Germany, on DAZN and on BT Sport. Title fight, you got Yuniel Dorticos, or Dorticos, versus Mairis Briedis, 12 rounds, for Dorticos' IBF cruiserweight title. And this will be the World Boxing Super Series final. Last time we saw Dorticos, last time we saw him in the ring, brutal. I mean, if this wasn't in your top 3 for knockout of the year, I don't know what to say. That fight, speaking about scary, that fight that knockout, I should say, was brutal. And the thing about it is, you know what? I can't even shortchange it. That knockout was brutal, and if he knocked my man out too, Andrew Tabiti. If you watch that was for those two fought for the vacant belt, and if you think Duhaupas' knockout at the hands of Povetkin was scary, man, the way he caught Tabiti, just check it out on YouTube. You'll see. Man. So this card, the start time is 10 p.m. UK time, which puts us around 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern here in the States. My question is, will they jump straight to the fight or not when they come on the air and then show the other fights after? Because if they don't, then it's going to run into the pay-per-view card that has an earlier than usual start time. In this fight, I want to pick Dorticos. He's 24 wins, 1 loss, 22 knockouts. Briedis is 26 wins, 1 loss, 19 knockouts. So each of them only have 1 loss, and they both have a lot of knockouts. I think Briedis has more tools, in my opinion, but I'm going Dorticos with the upset, or Dorticos with the upset. Take your pick. It's kind of hard to predict stuff with this bubble thing. I mean, you just haven't heard much about anyone's training. You got guys coming in overweight, guys who, have to break from their training routine. They have to leave whatever gym they're used to training at and kind of stay in a static environment until it's time to fight. And during that last week, the final week where you're just working on making weight, just kind of shaving off a few extra pounds, you just don't know because you're not in the environment that you're used to. Now, this fight isn't in necessarily, I mean, the location isn't necessarily in a hometown like for Yuniel, for example. So you still have to do your travel and finish up. But the point is, you're still, like, if you knew someone in Germany who had a gym, and I don't know how they're doing things over there, but they still put you in a controlled environment to keep you away and to try to keep you from testing positive. At least that's how they do it in the States. So it's just hard to take, but I'm gonna go with the old man in the upset. All right. Then finally, we switch to Uncasville, Connecticut. It's a Showtime pay-per-view. All right. We got a title fight between Brandon Figueroa and Damian Vasquez. 12 rounds, for Figueroa's WBA regular junior featherweight title, which is a joke. The WBA is just went all out to sell its soul, so whatever. In this fight, I think if Figueroa, if he's on his game, I think he's going to take Vasquez out, who's kind of talking a lot of smack. I think that was Vasquez. It's either Vasquez or the cat that's fighting Louis Neri. So we'll talk about that in a second. Another title fight, John Riel Casimiro versus Duke Micah. 12 rounds for Casimiro's WBO bantamweight title. In this fight, I think Duke will come to fight, and if he can land something, Casimiro's going down. I can tell you that. This could be a very entertaining fight, whether it's a quick, entertaining fight or one that goes some rounds. In the end, I think Casimiro, who's 29-4 with 20 knockouts, I just see him handing Micah his first loss. All right, Micah is a high knockout guy from Ghana. Okay, he's I think he's 24-0 with 19 knockouts. So we'll see. I'm gonna go with the champion. He's got 4 losses, but he's been in the mix and he's fought some stiff competition with the 4 losses. So I'm gonna go with him. Title fight. Mario Gift Decision Barrios versus Ryan Carl. 12 rounds for Barrios's, here we go again, WBA regular junior welterweight or super lightweight title. Now, I got word this fight might be off. It may be off. I'm not sure what's going on, but I guess we'll find out Friday morning. By the way, if you go to Showtime's YouTube channel, Friday morning, I believe it's 11 o'clock Eastern. You can go to thefightjournal.com. We'll have it up. And you can check there with one of our stories that you see or one of the press releases. It'll tell you what time. But I believe it's 11 a.m. Eastern that they're going to do the weigh-in. Okay? And then I'm not sure if they're going to show Saturday morning's weigh-in because with the IBF, I think there are a couple of IBF-only fights. And if you want to qualify for their belt, the IBF doesn't play. You have to have that same day weigh-in. At least I think there's a couple. But anyway, not sure if Barrios and Carl is on or not. All right, next up, title fight. Louis Neri, or Luis Neri, I'm sorry if you want to call him that. Louis. He's taking on Aaron Alameda. 12 rounds. This is for a vacant WBC junior featherweight title. Or is that super bantamweight also? Well, anyway, I got Neri putting on a show and getting a knockout. Now, Alameda's no slouch. He's 25-0 with 13 knockouts. I think this might be a firefight here. Neri is 30-0 with 24 knockouts, and I think his power is going to be the difference here. Could be wrong, but I like him in a potential firefight. And if it's not, I still think he's going to get to Alameda before the 9th round. We'll see. Now, you got Daniel Roman. He's 27 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw with 10 knockouts. Taking on Juan Carlos Payano. 21 wins, 3 losses, 9 knockouts, 12 rounds. Junior featherweights. Now, excuse me. This is one of the few fights on the card that is not for a title or a bogus title. But it could turn out to be one of the best matchups, if not the best matchup. Kind of depends on how the fight goes, but I think I'm going to go with Daniel Roman in this one. This might be a distance fight. It could end before the final bell, but potentially this could just be a lot of punches, a lot of hits, a lot of back and forth. Wouldn't be shocked. Now, watch these two guys go out and make me a liar. All right. Let's move on. And then finally, you have the 2 title fights. You got Jermall Charlo. 30 wins, 0 losses, 22 knockouts. Versus Sergiy Derevyanchenko. We'll call him Dechenko. 13 wins, 2 losses, 10 knockouts. 12 rounds for Charlo's WBC middleweight title. And then, so that's the, how can I put this? That's the first main event, and then they're going to have this recess, this little break where you can get up and go and run and grab a pizza or something. And then they're going to have the second half. So some of those fights I listed will be part of the second main event after the intermission, and some will be before. And then the final fight of the night will be title fight. Jermall Charlo, 33 wins, 1 loss, 17 knockouts, versus Jason Banana Rosario, 20 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 14 knockouts, for the WBC, WBA, and IBF World Junior Middleweight or Super Welterweight unification of titles. Here's the thing. I have a couple of theories at work, so I want to wait until the weigh-in and give my thoughts. There's a couple of things I'm looking for at the weigh-in that I won't talk about. Well, actually, I will talk about it. I want to look at a couple of fighters' faces, specifically their jaws. And if Steven Edwards is out there listening to me, he knows what I'm talking about. And then I want to see a couple of guys. I just want to see if anyone looks drawn out. Because these are big guys who they cut weight, and as you get older, it becomes a battle. And I just want to see if guys, how all the fighters look. All 4, actually. If anybody looks drawn out or dried out or what have you. So we'll see. I just want to see what they look like after weighing in. And then I'll come back and I'll give my thoughts. Right now, without knowing anything, I'm leaning toward a clear win in one fight with a likely KO. And I'm looking for some controversy in one fight. So, but got to see the weigh-in first, and I'll kind of sum it up after that. All right, so big weekend starts Friday on DAZN with the Chavezes. And then Saturday's the big day with a lot more. And hopefully I can get to see that Tony Yoka Johan Duhaupas fight, because that's something I'm interested in. And I'm probably one of 10 people in the world who are interested. But anyway, all right. So we all set, and make sure you check the weigh-in. You can go to our website and we'll have a link. As a matter of fact, I'll make the link like the first or second story so that you can see it. And that's thefightjournal.com. And we'll make that available. And I believe it's 11 a.m. Eastern. So, and if not, I'll leave something in the comments here to let you know the exact time. But I believe I'm almost positive what I saw was 11 a.m. All right, we'll catch you guys on the next one.